There is a very special day happening this Saturday. It's called Ron K. Garden Day, and joining us in the studio is Jim Reeves. Jim, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for having me. And
yes.
Thanks for help get the information about this Garden Day, Ron K. Garden Day out.
Of course. So first off, who was Ron and what is this day all about?
Well, Ron, a lot of people knew him because he was very involved in the community. One of the things he did, he helped build the hospital. He was on the board that helped build the new hospital up in Ishpeming, so the new Bell Hospital. He also owns the Snyder drug stores and really throughout the UP, Marquette, Ishpeming, Negaunee, Gwinn, Iron River, just a bunch of them on that. And he also is got some other businesses included in Marquette One Place, which is down on the harbor as well. So he was pretty well known in that community. But one of the things that people that know him and really love Ron was that he loved gardening. And he'd be out at the gardener's greenhouse, which is right next door to Tadek's Econo Foods there, and you'd see him there working it every day, or he'd be there till midnight if that's what it took when they got new supplies in, driving the forklift and doing that. So he had a real love of gardening, and that's kind of what this is. Ron passed away last March at 77 years old, but at 76 years old, he was still out there. He had had bypass surgery. Shortly after that, he was back out working the garden center again, and he'd work all day long at the garden center. So
yeah, so he just had a love for gardening, and that's what this day is all about, is to get people out and garden.
Right. And what we hope happens on that day, and this isn't specifically related to Snyder Drugs or Gardener's Greenhouse. Any your favorite greenhouse, all we're going to do is on that day, which is Saturday, May 17th, ask you to please go out and buy some new flowers, some new plants, some new trees, whatever to garden with. And we feel that would bring a smile to Ron's face to know that even a year after he passed away, he's still impacting the community, because the beautification of Marquette and everything is very important to him as well.
Right, yeah, and you said that his family is also going to be out and about that day, correct?
Yes. Yeah, his grandson, Michael Riley, has worked at the garden center several years. He's in college, he's back home from college. He worked with his grandpa out there for years, so he'll be there. His wife Iris will be there. She's been there year after year helping Ron out with the gardening too, obviously, because sometimes he'd be there so late and the employees were gone by then, so she'd go pitch in and help out with that. But she loves gardening and knows a lot about that too. So, and then Eric Honold, who's the CEO of Snyder Drugs now, after Ron passed away, he's going to be there representing Snyder Drugs as well.
Okay, yeah, and so with this being the first ever Ron K. Garden Day, is this something you hope is an annual tradition?
Yes. Actually, we do. We hope that it is an annual tradition. The Marquette Harbor Rotary, which is a combination of the two Rotary clubs in town. They used to have a morning Rotary and Marquette West Rotary. Now they've combined it for Marquette Harbor Rotary, and they're involved as a sponsorship of this. So we'd like to see it happen every year. This would be once a year event. And the same thing is just to encourage people to get out, enhance their garden, and Marquette Rotary may be doing something in the future with this. And we just kind of want to remind everybody to get out there. The people that know Ron will appreciate this, but even if you didn't know Ron, just know that if you go out and enhance your garden on that day and you make your garden look better, that would make Ron smile in heaven. So that's kind of what we're looking for with this.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't take much. You just go out to your local garden center and grab a couple flowers and just beautify it. Yeah, it doesn't take much to do and put smiles on people's faces. And
I'm not sure about the weather this weekend. I don't know if your weather is air can have anything to do with the weather this weekend or not, but right now it's supposed to be a little cooler, 50 degrees, maybe a slight chance of rain. But
but even though
it's not going to be as great a conditions as maybe we would have hoped, it's still a good day to enhance and improve your garden on that.
Exactly, and you don't have to die of heat stroke.
No, not like you did when you ran yesterday. No.
Is there anything else you'd like people to know, or you think people should know?
No, just that it's people really need to look at what Marquette's all about. You know, we've got Marquette, the Petunia Pandemonium, you know, when people come to town, they've talked about that and what a beautiful community this is and how welcoming it is, and that's because of the petunias and all the flowers that they put out on there too. And there's a lot of other areas where people have enhanced their gardens, and the Marquette Beautification Committee in town does that. They also have garden tours and stuff, so gardening is very important. We know we've got a short season here, right. But boy, it sure makes a difference in the community. So, you know, everybody just get motivated on that day. I mean, there's nothing else special about that. Snyder Drugs does have some specials on flowers that were Ron's favorite on that day, but we're not encouraging you just to go there. We're saying just go to your favorite garden center and just buy some plants, and let's just make Marquette a little bit more beautiful. Definitely. And we'll make Ron smile in heaven. So yes, so that is this Saturday, May 17th, Ron K. Garden Day. Jim, thank you so much for joining us today. Well, thanks for letting us talk about it. It's going to be hopefully an annual thing, as you asked, and we move on from there. Perfect. Yes, and stay with us. We'll be right back with more My UP Mornings after the break.